Hi guys, I have decided that I'm going to cook with something larger than a mug this month. This is my Instant Pot, and I'll bet you there are some of you out there that received Instant Pots for Christmas. Maybe even you received one last Christmas and you have been too nervous about trying to use it. After all, it does build up pressure. It is a piece it is an appliance that requires a bit of respect. But think about every appliance or tool that you use. They all have do's and don'ts. They all have that little element of danger. You wouldn't lick the beaters while the mixer is still running, now would you? Well, it's the same way with the Instant Pot. There are certain things that you would not do. So let's get started. First, we're going to talk about your gasket. Some people suggest that you get two gaskets. One for your savory, your roast beef and pork loins and things like that. And then one if you want to make yogurt or cheesecake. Now, I'm pretty new to the Instant Pot. I'm definitely not an expert. So I haven't tried the yogurt or the cheesecake, but I'm kind of excited that I want to try to do that. This is how my Instant Pot stays on my cabinet when it's not in use. This will absorb odors. That's why they suggest that you have two of these. So the first thing that you want to do when you're getting ready to use your Instant Pot is you're going to make sure this gasket is securely under this rim that's on the inside. Because if you do not get it all the way underneath there, your Instant Pot will not create pressure, and you won't cook. So I've got that in there. This is a trivet that if you're cooking a roast or a pork loin or something like that, and you don't want your meat to sit right down in the liquid, because you do have to use a cup of liquid at least in your Instant Pot. You can't use it dry. And this is your inner pot right here. Now, you wouldn't pour something directly on your burner to cook it on your stove. So same way with the Instant Pot. There's the inside of the Instant Pot. There's your little burner down there. And then this is the pot that you're going to cook in. Today, I'm going to cook chicken tortilla soup. Now, I've got my onion. Oops, that was wrong. I've got to put a little bit of oil in here. It said olive oil, but I didn't want to pack the olive oil to the library. Now, we're going to just let this saute for 2 or 3 minutes in that cooking oil. There is a saute button on your Instant Pot, and I have had it turned on, letting it get warm. Now, saute, it gets very hot, so I suggest that you not put something in to saute and walk off and leave it, because it'll burn real quick. So we're just going to let those onions do their thing for just a couple of minutes. Now, when I first got the Instant Pot, I was determined that it was not going to be another appliance that sits in the cabinet that I didn't use. So the first thing I did is I came to the library. Well, I'm at the library every day. But I checked out our Instant Pot books. And I also got online and watched a lot of YouTube videos. And there is a ton of information out there about how to use your Instant Pot. Okay, so now I've got my onions going. So now I've got some garlic. Some of the tortilla soup recipes that I saw say to saute your onions and your garlic. Others didn't. So it's whatever you want to do. I don't think that the saute is extremely important. I know those onions sure do smell. Okay. Kept the bottom of this scraped pretty good. Now we're going to deglaze the bottom of this pot with a little bit of chicken broth. It's very, very important to deglaze the bottom of your pot, because if there is anything left on the bottom to burn, you will get a burn notice across your screen on your Instant Pot. And that burn notice is very hard to get rid of. I've done it. So I learned to make sure that there is nothing stuck to the bottom of this pot, because it's hard to get rid of that burn notice. I saw some videos that said that it'll go away after 2 minutes. I saw some videos that said it won't. So I don't know. I didn't have any luck. I ended up taking everything out of my pot and really cleaning the bottom of it good. Ooh, I'm steaming up. Okay, now let's start with our ingredients. I have a 14.5 ounce can of diced tomatoes. The same with my black beans. They have been drained and rinsed. All in there. Now, let's see. I've got 2 cups of corn. That's frozen corn. That might be. I'm thinking it might be a little too much. I'm not going to put that because that seems like a lot. If it comes to cake or something like that, I follow the directions to a T. But when it comes to a soup, you know, I think you just do what feels right to you, what looks right. My recipe does not call for rice, but when I go out to, say, one of the Mexican restaurants and order chicken tortilla soup, it always has rice in it, and I like it. So I picked up one of these Coors Spanish rice, and it's got some flavorings in there, and I'm going to put some of that in. Oh, we'll put it all in. Let's see. Okay. So, now, put in our chicken broth. One of these containers is 4 cups. Now, there's a fill line in your Instant Pot. You cannot go above the fill line. I've not done it, but from what I understand, your pot won't build up pressure, so therefore it won't cook. But it has a 2/3 fill. Now this is a 6-quart Instant Pot. So that was 4 cups. Let's do another one. The recipe does call for 5 cups of chicken broth. Okay, now it calls for 2 pounds of chicken thighs, Of course, you can use chicken breast. Chicken thighs are really inexpensive, and you know it's going to be moist. So, just going to lay these in here. This is actually 3 pounds. I'm going to put one more. I'm not up to the fill line. I'll just do all 3 pounds. It'll be all right. Okay, now the recipe calls for cumin and chili powder and you know, salt and pepper. The rice mix has some of those seasonings in it, and taco seasoning has those things in it. So instead of packing all those seasonings, I just grabbed a mix of taco seasoning. And we're going to sprinkle that on top of the chicken. I don't know if you can see any of this at all, but okay. All right, so next we have to put our lid on correctly. We've got, make sure that ring is in there. And you're gonna put it down like that. I don't know if you heard the little beeping that it made, and then turn it to the left. It's locked. Okay, this little thing right here, this way is venting towards your handle, and away is locked for pressure. Okay, so we want it away because we want it to build pressure. Now, on your front of your chicken pot, Instant Pot, you have to cancel. You can't just switch between, you know, when you use the buttons, you have to cancel before anything will change. So it's off, and we're going to use pressure cook, and let's see if I can get and high. I pressed it more than once and got it to high pressure for, let's see, and I'm going to do 15 minutes because I have some extra chicken in there. Now your chicken can be frozen. You just have to make sure that your chicken is separated. You can't put one big hunk. Okay, so it's on high pressure. It has started because it says on. Now it's going to take 10 to 15 minutes to build pressure. I've got it pretty full. It may take a little longer. So we'll be back when it gets, when the pressure has built, and we'll show you what it looks like on the front of the machine. Okay, it took a good 20 minutes for the pot to build up pressure, and I'm sure it's because there was so much liquid in it. But anyway, you see now it's on 15 minutes, and so we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like after that 15 minutes counts down. Okay guys, it's been 15 minutes on the cook, and I'm gonna let this naturally pressure release for 10 minutes. This will show how many minutes that it's on, that it's cooling, that it's not on pressure. So this will start counting down, and when it gets to 10, I'm going to show you how to safely release the pressure on this pot. And one of the reasons why, well, I think the recipe calls for a natural release. Some recipes do, some recipes don't. I think that on this one, it's just giving a little extra time to cook. Also, I put rice in here. If you cook anything in your Instant Pot that is starchy, potatoes, macaroni, rice, if you notice on your cook stove, those things foam. Well, they will foam in this Instant Pot. And when you try to release the pressure, that it's going to spew. It's going to spew out of the top of the pressure release valve. And I have cleaned up cabinets more than once by trying to release it, and I did not understand why. So that's where you have to do some research. You know, YouTube, all those things will help you to understand what you've done wrong with your Instant Pot. So we're going to let this count down. See, it's been 2 minutes, and we're going to let this count down to at least 10 minutes, and then I'll show you how to safely release the pressure on your Instant Pot. Okay, you see, it's been 11 seconds. I mean, it's been 11 minutes since it started natural releasing the pressure. And there's a little silver button up here. As long as that is in the up position, it still has pressure in it. Now I'm going to show you how to safely let the pressure out. And let's hope I don't make a mess. So I'm just going to stick this wooden spoon in here and do that. Now, there's not a thing wrong with using your finger. It's just that easy. If you don't want to use your finger, you can just use a spoon. You could use a pot holder. It's not a big deal. Just don't put your hand above that steam. That's all you have to worry about. It's not coming in contact with that steam. And I don't have any liquid spewing out. I'm very relieved about that. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. Smells good. You want to go ahead and get the door? Oh, she's got it. We're still trying to keep up with curbside service while we do the cooking. It's kind of been a challenge. Today's been busy. The phone has rang a lot. And I'm getting a little splatter there, but not too bad. Almost. Our little button hasn't dropped yet. Okay, our little button dropped. It quit spewing. We're going to take our lid off. Oh, there's a little in your candle. You can set your top. And it is bubbly. And I'm going to take the chicken thighs out and shred them. Oh, look, they're falling apart. That's perfect. I'll be back once I get all these chicken thighs tore up, and then we'll make us bowl soup. Okay, guys, our our tortilla soup looks and smells really good. Now this, and I'm excited because this is the first time I have tried it in my Instant Pot. When I feel bad, when I'm sick, I crave chicken tortilla soup. And I have even sent my husband out to the Mexican restaurant and ordered me some chicken tortilla soup to bring home. So I'm going to put some cheese on top. I've got some cilantro. I've got a little squeeze of lime. Some tortilla chips. I've got some sour cream if that's what you'd like. You could always put some jalapenos in here if you want to spice it up a little bit more. So, got my spoon here, and we're just going to see what happens. I've got some avocado that I forgot to cut up and hot. spicy, it's flavorful. I think it come out really good. I hope this helps someone who hasn't tried their Instant Pot. I hope this makes you feel more confident that you can use your Instant Pot. And from what I understand, they suggest that you start out with something that has a lot of liquid in it. But anyway, jump in there. Give it a whirl. What do you got to lose? You might have to clean up a cabinet or two like I did. But this is a win. Thank you. Bye-bye.